Alright. Hey guys, today, there was recently a, new update for Movie Maker 4. I know a lot of people animate on it. I'm an animator too myself. And a new update just dropped, and I've seen a lot of people curious about it. Well, actually, I don't know how many people are actually that curious, but whatever, let's get on to the point. Um, so basically, I don't know, but this has always been a dream of mine. So basically, think about welding as attaching parts to other parts, and when that main part moves, the other part goes with it too. So I've made a simple rig over here. You can make whatever you want over here. And what you're gonna do, so you see this? It this thing doesn't move, right? Well, that's because also you have to create a weld. And I honestly thought that if you had to create one part attached to the other part, what you have to do the primary part connected to the secondary part. So think about it. So this is an R6 rig. This is R6. There's no R15. So that's gonna be the torso applied to the entire thing. So the torso is gonna go to that arm. Torso is gonna go to this arm, and so on and so on. You're going to put primary part, secondary part, confirm, confirm. It's pretty tedious, but if you're fast enough, it gets it done pretty quick. It's worth it too. So now you can see that this is set up, and once it moves, the entire body moves with it. So you can have you can make your own characters with this. You can turn it, and let's say I want to make it run. I want to make it move. See? If I want to make it like run example and just turn it. See? Look, everything is stitched together. It won't break apart. So that's basically what welding does. It selects one primary part and the secondary part that's going to be attached to it move with it. So another example, if I want, I don't know, I want noob here to be placed with another noob. And let's say I don't want to make them, well, this is not a helpful part. Let's say I don't want to animate both of them walking. So I'm going to create a new weld, select primary part, select secondary part. This moves, like I said, it's very tedious, but it gets the job done pretty good. And if you keep doing this part over and over, so tedious, but whatever. I don't know if I did this right. I probably did it wrong, but I honestly don't care. And let's just do that. These arms can move here. Welding. Select the primary. Click secondary. Let's say, okay, now we're going to move this camera over here. Because I want to see them walk, right? You mean, you want to see them walk together? I probably animated this wrong, but you get the point anyway. So let's get rid of this other frame because we don't need it right now. And let's say I want to make this guy move, right? Look exactly how they move together. So if I want to only animate one walking, it makes it so much quicker because now, let's say if I actually ended up deleting this frame and making them walk together. Well, actually, you would have to do this before welding or they just get stuck together, but you get the point. And let's say I wanted to make them just walk. You only have to animate one walking because the other one follows. So, an example, if you don't want them to be walking side by side or like perfectly in order, you could just weld these two legs here. Like, as an example, you could get another noob and another noob here. And you could only weld the legs. So, let's say this guy is our main one here, right? And we want to animate both of them, but we don't want to take all that time to animate both of them at the same time. So look, now all you have to do is just boom, bam, and he moves, right? But like, you know, you get the point. You don't want to actually move his torso. But then again, you'd have to move this, so I recommend also moving the torso with it too. But that's your point, and it just depends on how lazy you are on how you want to animate. But like I also said, welding is good for two things. It's good for animating two ones at the same time without having to animate two, and it's also good for like connecting parts, like let's say like a Lego. I don't know. And we want like this part to move with this part. You get the point. Weld. Primary part's this. Secondary part is this. They move together. So yeah, you can make like custom things with it. You can attach. You can make custom whatever you want. Okay. So basically, that's welding, and I've seen way too many tutorials, and none of them have really been helpful. And I taught myself this. It didn't take that long. So hopefully, if you just needed something to help, this tutorial helped you out. There will be more tutorials on advanced welding soon, but that's coming out later. So for right now, see you guys.